Now let's look at concurrent trailing stop loss and trailing take profit. So previously you were able to add either a trailing stop loss to your order or a trailing take profit, right? From now on, you can add both of them at the same time. Most of the times you won't need it, but there is a special case when you're gonna use it or you wanna use it. Basically, how you wanna use it is if you set a higher trailing distance for stop loss then and a smaller trailing distance for trailing take profit. Basically, so that's your trailing distance from here to here. That's 10% of your trailing stop loss and 5% of trailing take profit to market price, right? That means that at the beginning, when you send the order, your trailing stop loss will be active. Your trailing take profit will wait until the price reaches this activation level. So that means that if your order executes, trailing stop loss activates, and then the price will go against you, your trailing stop loss will protect you, and you will have the market will need to fall by 10% for it to execute. However, if and when the price rises high enough for trailing take profit to start trailing, when it starts trailing, it has a smaller trailing distance. That means that your trailing stop loss basically becomes irrelevant once trailing take profit is activated, and your actual potential loss or foregone profit measured by trailing distance of your trailing take profit order is now smaller. So at the beginning it's 10% as your trailing stop loss is with 10% trailing distance. However, if and when price rises enough for your trailing take profit to start trailing, basically you are decreasing your risk from 10% to 5% from trailing distance of your trailing take stop loss to trailing distance of your trailing take profit. Let me maybe illustrate it, but choose a much smaller number and actually launch in order so you will see that. So let's say your trailing stop loss, trailing distance is 1%, but your trailing distance of your trailing take profit is just 0.5%, maybe even less, let's say 0.2%, right? So it's very small. You can immediately see the difference. So that's the trailing distance of your trailing take profit, and that's the trailing distance of your trailing stop loss. You want to have your trailing stop loss at some meaningful distance because you don't want it to be hit right away, right? So we want to make sure that the price can maybe fluctuate here and then go up. So there is a reason why you want a higher trailing distance for trailing stop loss. However, now trailing take profit with smaller trailing distance gives you a way to basically increase your profit or decrease your risk. Okay, let's launch that and see what happens. Okay, just a sec. The trigger, okay, updates. Okay, so here we go. So now we have our trailing stop loss already active, and you can see as the price rises, it already follows the price, right? But your trailing take profit is still sleeping, doesn't do anything until the price reaches this level, TP activate, right? We'll wait to that, and once it does, then basically your risk, which is now measured by 1% of trailing distance of trailing stop loss, will be cut 5 times to this number of trailing distance of your trailing take profit. So, okay, you see trailing stop loss is doing its work, trailing take profit still sleeps. In around 30 seconds, the trailing take profit will start trailing as well, and then basically your trailing stop loss will become irrelevant, and your risk or your potential foregone profit will decrease from 1% to 0.2%. Okay, so that's basically in a nutshell why you want to use both of them at the same time. So here we go. Now your trailing take profit activated, and you can now see two triggers. That's a trigger of your trailing stop loss, and that's a trigger of your trailing take profit. Obviously, if the price starts falling, the trigger will be reached first, and once your trailing take profit executes, your trailing stop loss will just be cancelled by the system. Okay, so you effectively decreased your risk or your potential foregone profit from this amount, right, to this amount because the price reached your trailing take profit. So that's the way and reason to use concurrent trailing stop loss and trailing take profit. Just make sure that the trailing distance of your trailing stop loss is higher than the trailing distance of your trailing take profit, and it's gonna become a powerful tool in your trading arsenal.